Misery followed in his wake. There were at least 2 unsolved, and it was reported that a white man was attacking people with a knife. Strangely, when he fled the UK, the Ripper abruptly stopped and Jack the Ripper vanished forever. By April 1904, rumours of bubonic plague were circulating, giving them a convenient excuse to destroy it. Welcome to Just Off the Highway. I'm Prodgers. This story takes place in the narrow streets and winding alleys of old Johannesburg, only a couple of years after gold was discovered. As soon as the diggings were proclaimed, rural people flocked here to seek their fortune. Many who didn't strike it rich settled on a bleak bit of marshland west of Diagonal Street. And to sustain themselves, they made sun-dried bricks to meet the insatiable demand for building materials for this fast-growing settlement. The area became known as Brickfields, or disparagingly as Poverty Point or Veldskundorp, because of the poor, unhealthy living conditions. Bad drainage made the soil good for clay bricks, but bad for fresh water and sanitation. It was the perfect hideout for criminals like one Frederick Bailey Deeming.
Would you like to see the diamonds, old chap?
Deeming was a fraudster, a bigamist who travelled around South Africa in the 1880s, conning the unwary out of money and valuables. But his crimes had a much darker side. He liked to target women with violent attacks. And he later admitted that he'd contracted syphilis from a prostitute somewhere, and he roamed the streets of Brickfields looking for revenge. Misery followed in his wake. There were at least 2 unsolved, and it was reported that a white man was attacking people with a knife. Now, I haven't been able to find out why Deeming was a suspect at the time, but it seems that he managed to fake his own death by placing a report in a Klerksdorp newspaper and disappear. Until he resurfaced in Britain. Now, he moved around there, engaged in murky activities, used several aliases, often untraceable. Years later, investigators found it hard to pin down his whereabouts. But he definitely had a wife and 4 children who somehow followed him. 2 more facts are indisputable. Number 1, his mysterious time in Britain coincided with the spree of the notorious serial Jack the Ripper, who also targeted women. And number 2, Frederick Deeming definitely his wife and the children with a knife, and he buried them under the floor of their home in Liverpool. Before anybody could capture him, he married another young woman and skipped the country, escaping to Australia. Strangely, when he fled the UK, the Ripper abruptly stopped and Jack the Ripper vanished forever. Now, we know all this because after arriving in Australia, Deeming his new wife with a knife and an axe and buried her under the floor of their home. He was convicted of this and executed, but not before he confessed to being the Ripper, although this was never proved. Could it be that even before the chilling figure of Jack the Ripper terrorized Whitechapel, London, he stalked the alleyways of Brickfields in Johannesburg? In the meantime, back in this city, Brickfields was unruly and dangerous. It was also racially mixed, something of a headache for the Transvaal authorities. After the Anglo-Boer War, the new British administration declared it unsanitary. By April 1904, rumors of bubonic plague were circulating, giving them a convenient excuse to destroy it. Troops were sent in to surround the area, residents were forcibly relocated, and with the fire brigade's help, Brickfields was burned to the ground. A corrugated iron fence was built around the place to stop rats from escaping the fire and spreading the plague. It was reported that only one rat got through the fence and was summarily shot. One four-legged rat was shot. One two-legged rat escaped to go on a spree. Seems like the authorities executed the wrong rat. And this area called Brickfields, it was rebuilt, envisioned as a whole new town named Newtown, the name that it's known by today. I really need your support to be able to keep bringing you these authentic South African stories. You can become a member or a supporter on buymeacoffee.com/lprodgers and receive regular exclusive bonus episodes. Or you can simply click the thanks button below, or you can go to the official Just Off the Highway website and help yourself to some quality merchandise that helps us stay on the road. Thanks for joining me on this trip into our history. I'll see you further on up the road next time.